Hello there.
I'm Robert.
I'm Vanessa.
And I'm Chip.
And we are late to the party, and it's time to hunt for Halliday's egg.
Gunters for life.
Time to go in the oasis.
So guys, it is finally here. We have been waiting for any little piece of visual entertainment for Ready Player One.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I can't wait. I got my Artemis shirt on. I'm ready to do this.
I got my Parsifal's Quest shirt on. I'm ready to do this.
I've been so excited for this. I feel like Vanessa, when she's waiting for a new Star Wars trailer, I've been giddy all day. As soon as I found out when the panel was going to be at Comic-Con, I've just been sitting there just watching my phone, watching my computer. I'm super excited.
And Chip actually reserved a spot with us like 6 months ago for this, so we have been waiting for a long time to see what we can see for Ready Player One. So we are going to get into that now.
I live here in Columbus, Ohio.
The stacks.
In 2045, it's still ranked the fastest growing city on Earth, but sure doesn't seem like it when you live in the stacks. They called our generation the missing millions. Missing not because we went anywhere. There's nowhere left to go. Nowhere.
It's powered
except the oasis.
Yeah.
It's the only place that feels like I mean anything. A world where the limits of reality are your own imagination.
Yeah. I'll do Morrow's birthday party.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah! Is that the DeLorean? Oh, there's so much going on! Ready? Yes!
Yes.
Oh, yes.
The IOI.
Suxers.
Oh, I'm so glad there's going to be a soundtrack.
We got Rush. Perfect. Look at all the IOI.
Those damn Sixers.
Is it a light cycle?
Oh, yeah!
Yes! Oh. Geeky. Man.
That looks so good.
Really have,
So, I mean, Rush is such a big part of Ready Player One. The DeLorean, the IOI, all coming together. That was amazing. There's so much going on too. You could probably like pick
so many things in there.
I'm sure this is going to be one of those trailers that you watch it 8, 9, 10
and
times.
You pick
and there's
things.
Little tiny Easter eggs hidden throughout, and little pieces of pop culture reference, and I'm so excited.
That's incredibly exciting, because one thing about Ready Player One is if you are any kind of reference man or reference woman, anybody who has gone through and just watched movies throughout your entire life and you spout off these quotes whenever you're just in any situation that is relevant to it, that's Ready Player One. So the cool thing is we were talking about it earlier, how Ernest Cline took this book and it was basically like an homage to the Spielberg kids, the ones that grew up loving everything that is Steven Spielberg, amongst many of the other creators. So that was something that we identified with heavily. Now, the thing is that they didn't really show in this one is the cast. So casting-wise, it's all over the board. Some of us are 100% for it. Some of us are not for some of the characters. So what are you guys most excited about?
Everything. I mean, I loved that book from the beginning to the end. Just like you said about the references, like when you're reading it, you're like, I know that reference. I know that reference.
Right.
So like when to see it like on screen, it's gonna be amazing.
I think there's things I'm super excited for. I think getting to see some of the characters come to life. And I know Ben Mendelsohn had said, you know, when I play Sorrento,
Right.
I'm not going to do it as it's written in the book. I'm giving a whole new life to the character. One of the things that I love about him as an actor is he says, if I'm going to portray a character from a book, I can't do it more justice than is on the paper, so I have to reinvent it. And so I'm really excited to see what that's going to bring.
And that's the
Yeah.
thing is Sorrento. When I heard that Ben Mendelsohn was cast as
We thought
Sorrento,
it was perfect. because
perfect casting for
Sorrento
Sorrento.
is such an asshole.
Yeah, he's so terrible, and he's, you know, very much a company man, but he's not at the head of the company either. That's the best part. He's just kind of the one running the show right now, the CEO, when there's, you know, somebody ahead of them. And then the other thing too, we've got a lot of characters too that have been cast that, if you go on IMDb and read the casting, it kind of spoils some of the story plot points for you. So I recommend don't go to IMDb and read up on the cast, because there are twists and turns in the story that I was really looking forward to in the movie. Granted, we already know them, so maybe they change them up, or, you know, they
Yeah,
play them
that's
out
what
the
I'm
same
excited
way.
about too, to see if they change anything so that it's a fresh take on those who've read the book. Because I know they do that they tend to do that a lot, so that the people who have read the book, they don't go in, well, I've already seen this, so I know what happens next, kind of thing.
And the cool thing is, too, is they've cast a lot of people, but it doesn't matter because they have their avatars in the game, too. So you really don't have the face of the actors. You have whole different characters in there.
You have their avatars.
Avatars.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible to have multiple actors play one person just because they have an avatar in the Oasis and they have their real persona outside in the real world. I'm so
really excited about there's a bunch of scenes in the book where Artemis and Parzival like kind of hang out with each other a lot, and so I'm excited how they're gonna do that relationship too, especially since we did see it in the trailer, like Ogden Morrow's like birthday.
Yeah.
So, because there's a certain part in that scene where he's just a freaking, like, Ogden becomes a badass.
The great and powerful Og.
Yeah, and then he does something, and you're just like, well, shit.
And that's
like,
the thing is Simon Pegg is Ogden. So going that way, we would have gone a little older with it, but then going
Yeah,
with
me
the
too.
younger
That's what I
version,
thought, too.
like, is the younger version maybe now his avatar? Is he the actor or the actor playing the original Ogden? So it's like there's so many different ways they can go with it. They didn't show us anything.
I know, and I'm excited for that final battle, too.
Oh, the final battle. But that's the thing. The IOI versus the Gunthers versus Sorrento versus Parzival. I'm really excited to see H and Parzival and Daito and Shoto getting all together and the
Yeah.
camaraderie they build. But the most important addition, I think, and Chip's going to disagree with me here, we've got IROC. And TJ Miller. So it says that he's playing IROC, but I know they're deviating from kind of who he was in the book. But
I hope they don't deviate too much and make him more, like, I don't know. I'm holding off on him and see how it is in the movie, because it's, yeah.
he's going to be scum. That's the thing.
I think there's multiple ways that you can look at how they're going to play the story on the inside.
That's
Right.
true.
And, you know, I think one of the big things that upset me about him being cast was the age. It's not at all where I pictured him in the age. But in the book, we only see him inside the Oasis, so his avatar could be whatever he wants to. But I think the whole basis on how he was described in the book, he was just kind of that, yeah, your mom, and he never really had any good comebacks, and he always had, you know, something stupid to say. And I think we're gonna get T.J. Miller, and it's gonna overplay who he is, because I think T.J.'s almost too strong of a cast for what people expect for him and what the character's written in the book.
Vanessa has that same issue, like with Seth Rogen, how it's always Seth Rogen coming forward.
Yeah, that's
so.
well, we'll get to it when we come to The Lion King, but I
Right.
do have an issue with Seth Rogen as Pumbaa, so.
In terms of just characters,
Right.
They always project themselves versus the character. But IROC, the thing is, though, the reason why I think IROC is going to be great in this one is because he's going to be a sleaze. I think one thing that doesn't
I was going to say, it doesn't happen in the book, but that was one thing that I was waiting for in the book, was him kind of turning on themselves.
Selling them out, and it never
Spoilers.
happens. It never happens in the book, so you're not missing out on anything because it doesn't happen. I want him to be a sleaze. I want him to like totally try and undercut the team and what they're doing going through the gates.
After they become these famous
The gates I'm so excited for. Like, they got to change things up and update
Right there
it.
at the end.
I'm excited for the first gate because I love playing that game. If you've read the book,
That's the thing is, the first gate, I can't wait to see how they do a spin on the second gate, because the second gate is going to get interesting.
Yeah.
Because they could, with technology the way it is, they can do some amazing things with it. And then at the same time, we just got Alan Silvestri doing the score for it.
I'm excited.
I mean, it was John Williams. He's doing
doing the papers.
The papers. And we're getting Silvestri instead, which
Silvestri's
is
still good though too.
Back to the Future.
I know, you got the DeLorean in there too, and he did Back to the Future.
I wonder if the DeLorean's gonna have little upgrades he had on it though, because didn't he have like the Ghostbusters?
Yeah, he had a
symbol on
bunch
it,
of
too?
upgrades on, like he had Kit.
Yeah.
As well.
It was
Knight Rider.
the one thing that I didn't like about the DeLorean when they describe it in the book. It's like vomiting pop culture.
Yeah,
it's just
basically
like
what it
every
was.
single thing you can put on it. It's got the Kit light on it. It's got the Ghostbusters thing. It's
Wouldn't
just over the
you?
top.
Wouldn't you just put everything you love on it? I'd have the Jurassic Park symbol on it somewhere. I mean, that's what I loved about this book. I mean, his freaking password is the line from The Last Starfighter.
But his very first thing, yep.
And it's amazing to find all these little references, the hints of just your childhood leaking into these, just an amazing, a well done story in terms of just like they could go far with it. They don't need it to end where this one is. And then the last thing, the man behind the entire game itself is Halliday.
I think they got Mike Runt, like, was perfect.
Mark
Although,
Rylance?
yeah, you said that you thought it was
I when I was reading the book, I always pictured him as like a Donald Sutherland. I always pictured him as like the older, distinguished, almost like a President Snow with just a completely different demeanor. But that's really how I pictured him.
That's why they probably couldn't do Donald Sutherland, because he already was a Snow. But it is a juxtaposition of his character in Hunger Games, because he's a nice guy. He's kind of the Bill Gates meets Willy Wonka in Ready Player One. And you know what? After Dunkirk, Mark Rylance, like, he did a pretty good job. He was like the most fleshed out character in that movie, I think. So I'm really excited. And it needs to start with the will reading. And that's funny, the will reading. If you did the audiobook, Will Wheaton reads Ready Player One.
Yeah.
So Will reading the will reading is pretty awesome. And there's a lot of meta things that they better keep in regards to Will Wheaton in this world.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited for it. Obviously, we're really excited for it. We've been going on long enough for this video, but we could end up talking about it for hours and hours.
I'm gonna watch it like 7 more times.
But you've read it twice. We've already each like read it twice, I believe. So
I'm
you're on 4.
I'm on
Okay.
4.
I'll be reading it again for sure.
Ernest Cline
Always.
and Steven Spielberg, we love you for doing this. We are
Absolutely.
excited, and we can't wait until we see more from Ready Player One.
So thank you so much for watching our reaction to the first trailer for Ready Player One. We are so excited and we can't wait to see what else they have in store for us.
Can't wait to get to, when is it? Like beginning of next year?
2018 next year, yeah. I know it was supposed to come out the end of this year, but
It was
they
a good
pushed
move to move it. It was a good move to push everything else that's coming out.
I'm just going to read the book again. At least you can do that. Thank you so much, Chip, for joining us.
Thanks for having me, guys.
I'm sure it was just so opportune the way it landed, too, because sometimes these trailers don't match up when people are available. So this one was perfect. So I'm sure you're reserving your spot now for the next one. Right? Next trailer reaction?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I hope they don't show too much because I can't wait to see it. Iron Giant Freddy Krueger.
That was awesome.
Oh, okay. So thank you guys for watching our reaction.
Light cycle.
Yeah, you can like and subscribe.
And do the thing on our Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, and Stardust.
Stardust as well, all the social networking gin joints, you know where they are. Head over to our Patreon. You can help kick into the party, fuel the party, get us to places that we are headed to, because we will be going to San Diego within 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and we will be doing a collaboration with Geek House out in San Diego, and then we will be possibly going back to Burbank sometime later this year. Keep on lookout for that. And then until then, now it's time to say goodbye. Bye.
Bye.
He's doing it.